Right Network. Mobilizing, countering the left, energizing the right. New Right Network, home of the New Right movement.
Monday through Friday, 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern. This is Monday night, and over the weekend there was a lot of information that was dropped. A lot of things happened over the weekend, and I want to start off by saying here at New Right Network tonight, we are embarking on a new project. Smith.tv, you'll get all the updates of how the progress is moving right along. The general crux of it all. We believe that there needs to be a Christian cultural revolution. We absolutely need to get back to our roots, our Christian roots, the founding of our country. We need to be more focused on Christ and not all these other crazy, nonsensical things. The 11-year-old child that is paraded around in bars doing provocative sexual dances, that is labeled a transgendered individual. This nonsense in our society has to stop, folks. And so on this journey, on this project that we're starting right now, we are going to be focused on helping and assisting individuals that want to make this change. We are going to start to flood the zone, if you will, in Congress. We are going to work and focus extremely hard in getting MAGA folks, America First folks, those that have our similar agendas, we need to support and focus on getting them elected to Congress. We're doing this through multiple avenues, and the project is starting to unfold. In this Christian revolution, we have to focus on bringing Christianity back to the forefront of our society. This society cannot continue down this road with the moral bankruptcy that it has right now and that the left is pushing. The Democrat Party is pushing moral bankruptcy to literally do as you will, whenever you will, however you will. We need to bring back responsibility. And as Rush Limbaugh says all the time, freedom isn't free, and freedom isn't the freedom to do whatever you want. Freedom only comes with responsibility, and we need to bring back that responsibility. And with that, we need to bring back Christianity to our schools. We need to teach our children right from wrong. We need to expose the evils of the world and not shy away from calling them out as they are. Now, last Friday, we had over in New Zealand a terrorist attack, which looks like a white guy that shot up a mosque, and a couple of mosques were shot up. The details are all out there, folks. You know what it is. About 49 people are dead. Well, that makes the mainstream media news. That goes viral. That's all over the world in every country. You have the President of the United States tweeting out, we're in solidarity with New Zealand, any assistance you need. You have the left using this as a tool, as a weapon. Again, I reported on Friday, you have San Francisco calling for more security beef up around mosques in San Francisco. This is just an attempt to gaslight their people. This is an attempt to say that there is some kind of attack on Islam, a peaceful religion, when in reality, nothing can be further from the truth. On last Thursday's show, we played a clip from Brigitte Gabriel, gives an incredible speech about how one Muslim woman said to her in a meeting, you know, 1 billion Muslims in the world, and the majority of us are peaceful. So why blame all of Muslims? And she went on to say that the peaceful majority are irrelevant. The majority of Germans were not part of the Nazi group. The majority of Germans did not support extermination of Jews, but the majority of Germans remained silent. The majority of Japanese did not support the slaughtering of Chinese and Asians during World War II, but the majority of Japanese stayed silent. It's not the majority. It's those that are doing the actual violent act. And if you're saying anywhere from 5 to 15% of Muslims in the world are the ones committing violent acts, that's somewhere around 300 million Muslims worldwide. That's one hell of an army, folks. That's an army larger than ours. That's an army the size of every single citizen in America. We are under attack. And as the news will not report, all the Christians that are being persecuted worldwide on a daily basis. This is who is being attacked. This is the extermination of the Christian religion. And again, I just want to reiterate, I've been in talks with some friends and some folks on our scope, as well as some of those in our private message group. I've also received a lot of DMs and emails from you all as well. QAnon, or the Q thing. I'm sorry, folks, I do not subscribe to QAnon. Focusing on Q, focusing on the QAnons or the Anons that follow Q, focusing on these individuals that say that they decipher Q, to follow and obsess and watch and really spend all your time in the QAnon world is not helping anybody or anything. And again, Donald Trump tweets out, Donald Trump is the president of the United States of America. Him tweeting out information is great. That's about all you need. Donald Trump is not the savior. That would be Jesus Christ. Donald Trump is the president of the United States. Do not put him up on a pedestal. He's human, just like the rest of us. We are all flawed. The QAnon is a huge distraction from what I can see and what I can tell, because reality is we have got to do something to save this country. We have got to do something physical to make this country great again. And if you can't physically do it, you can do it by writing a check. You can do it by helping other groups who can physically get out there and do things. If you're that type of individual that just doesn't want to get out and physically do something, then you need to support new news media like this. You need to support Donald Trump's campaign. You need to support your local church financially. Folks, this is an absolute fight for our country. Now, we are not of this world. We are not going to be here forever. This planet will not be here forever. The global warming alarmists, the crazy nonsense, the fact that you think that you have the ability to control something beyond your abilities is insane. It's a little g God complex. That is of the left. That's the crazy nonsense. That's what they sell in order to gain and maintain control over the entire population. Folks, our goals need to be focusing on Christ and our relationship with Christ. No more of this religion stuff. They're calling Islam a religion. They're calling all these other religions. This is no longer about religion. This is about your personal relationship with Christ. Something that you and something that I need to personally develop. And along that journey, we need to pick up those who are suffering, need a better way of life. We can show them that. Open up our arms as we run through this life and pick up those along the way, so that one day when we're in heaven with God, all the pain and suffering will be gone. But until then, we need to continue to fight on the good fight. We need to continue to do something. We cannot allow Islam to dominate the world. We cannot allow Islam to continue to eradicate Christians from this earth. There was a statistic out last week that said that 60% of millennials feel that bringing up Christianity is a bad thing because you make other religions feel bad. Folks, there is only one religion. There is only one God. There is only one Savior, Christ, who preaches love, and it is the only religion, if you will, the only religion that has ever dealt with the one thing that we all fear and that nobody can control. That is death. Christianity, Christ, is the only one who had ever conquered death so that we could live forever with him. The Quran preaches deceitfulness, hate, anger, to violently kill or suppress non-believers. That is not what Christianity preaches. We preach that you must preach the good word, must tell people about the good news of Jesus Christ and his coming, and that we are all sinners, but by the grace of God, John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. Hold on to that and that alone, and develop your relationship with Christ. And that is the only way that we are going to save our country and make America great again. Donald Trump is doing everything that he humanly can up there on the Hill in Washington, D.C. Now it's our turn to help him in every way we can. You've got Scott Pressler on the ground signing up new voters daily. Scott Pressler meeting people everywhere across the country, those that have walked away from the Democrat Party, whether it be the hashtag walk away movement, whether it be Blexit, or whether it be the new movement, Jexodus. The Democrat Party's platform has become the party of evil. And some people may get triggered by that, and some people may get upset. But to kill and murder a baby in the third trimester is pure evil. To support Planned Parenthood, who provides abortions on demand, is pure evil. This has to stop. The dividing of the country is evil, and it's by design. The Democrats want nothing more than to be divisive. They want nothing more to divide all the races and all the cultures so that they can conquer us. Now, our goals here at Smith.TV, New Right Network tonight. Our goals are to develop an organization to where we can bring in MAGA, E-celebs, America First individuals, those of you that hold our values, those of you that believe in a higher power that is Christ. For those of you who want to make a difference and want to be elected to Congress, we are here to support you. We are here to lay a path forward for you to walk that path, have a complete support team, a complete legal support team, a complete moral support team while you serve in Congress. That will be our organization to help and support you as we together make America great again, as we together keep America great. Folks, after 2024, Donald Trump will no longer be president. We must form an organization that is out there supporting individuals that share our values, our ideologies, the same ideologies as our founding fathers, to be elected to Congress to help shape our world and also to tackle the Leviathan that is the Department of Education. This is the indoctrination. This is the child abuse that we currently suffered under and had no idea. This is the organization that needs to be dealt with so that our children in the future are not subjected to indoctrination and propaganda, pure flat out and out lies. Not only that, but we will also support candidates and help get candidates elected to local school boards where they can fight back these unions. And that's the other thing, the unions that are tied into the Democrat Party. Now, the Supreme Court did pass a law stating that you no longer have to be forced into a union. So teachers can leave unions. They no longer have to pay union dues. And I highly suggest all Christian conservative teachers out there leave the union. And this at Lone Fox 0101. Public schools, TV and video games indoctrinate our young with the combinations of socialism, communism, and Marxist ideologies. Parents need to unplug their children and confront the school boards. Hashtag thought control, hashtag indoctrination, hashtag socialism, hashtag education, hashtag Common Core. This is the evils that we must confront. And we believe here at New Right Network tonight at Smith.TV, developing this organization hand in hand with those who have the ability to donate to build something that will create a Christian revolution. This is what our founding fathers believed in. This is what we believe in. A country cannot exist that does not have a moral, just grounding. We got to get back to the basics, folks. And Islam on display. It's unfortunate what happened in New Zealand. It is abhorrent. It is evil. The media doing what they do and grabbing on to these headlines and these headlines alone is propagandist, is gaslighting, and it's got to stop. Social media is here to expose what the true evil is, and we here are bringing it to you in real time. At HRT Ablaze, How is the New Zealand attacker considered right-wing? He hates conservatism. He said he opposes Trump's policies. He said his favorite form of government is communist China. He said he wants the government to ban guns. Nah, he's a racist leftist. That's a fact, folks. You cannot be a conservative Christian and hold hate in your heart like this to where you go out and you take another life. That is not what we stand for. And at Reclaim, EVROPA, Ebba Ackerlund, born June 7th, 2005, died April 7th, 2017. Stockholm, Sweden, multiculturalism. 11 Christians are killed every day by the usual suspects. That's 4,000 Christians every year. But mainstream media don't care. Western governments don't care. Social media don't care. And just a little backstory on this young woman that has now passed away. Ebba Ackerlund was walking to meet her mother when she was crushed by a lorry driven by Akamat Akalov, an asylum seeker. Ebba was partially deaf, unable to hear the lorry coming. She was 12 years old. A concert will honor her memory on April 7th, 2019. This is Islam on display. Islam and the Quran state you must kill the infidels. The infidels are those who believe in the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. It specifically says that there is only one God in the Quran, and that if you believe in the triune, the three gods in one, that you are an infidel and you must be killed. And I fear that we're at a breaking point right now that if we absolutely do not do something, we are going to fall to Islam just as Sweden has. And in the past 1,300 years, everywhere Islam has planted its roots, it has eradicated Christianity. It has eradicated all other religions and instilled Sharia law, which is total slavery. This is the evils we must expose. And also this tweeted out by Reclaim EVROPA, Brookstonian.
أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله.
What's going on? This is Brooklyn.
If you live in Brooklyn, this is what you will be subjected to. And also this video clip, a news clip, posted on social media. Teacher quit her job because 11-year-old pupils threatened to behead her. Folks, I don't know how to say it any more clear than Islam is the religion of evil. There is no question about it. And Paul Joseph Watson tweets out at Prison Planet, Fulani jihadists rack up a death toll over 120 Christians over the past 3 weeks in central Nigeria, employing machetes, gunfire to slaughter men, women, and children, burnt down over 100 houses, destroying property and spreading terror. This is not what we're hearing in mainstream media because it doesn't fit their narrative. They would like nothing more than to install Islam in America because communism no longer works, because we're awake to communism. We understand communism, but make no bones about it, they've changed the name. They use socialism now. And these young millennials that believe that socialism is the way, so sadly don't understand that it always ends in communism. And now that we have Venezuela, full-blown, complete meltdown from socialism and communism combined, the dictatorship of Maduro, social media and technology can bring that to the forefront. Donald Trump tweeting out about it. It's hard to not see socialism on display, communism on display. Hence, the Democrat Party embracing Islam. Why? Because Islam will enslave the people And though those elites can stay and remain at the top in total control over those enslaved. Remember, the Democrat Party has always been the party of slavery. And this at NZO11, radical Muslims murder 32 Nigerian Christians, torch church in brutal attack. This by CBN News. And again, we have all kinds of people tweeting out in the wake of the media covering only the New Zealand terrorist attack that attacked and killed 49 Muslims at Red Pill Report. And these are the folks that you need to follow. When I show you these, the names and the individuals, they tweet out on a regular basis real news. So if you're on Twitter, I highly suggest you follow these individuals. And again, at Red Pill Report. In case you missed it, 120 Christians slaughtered by Muslim herders in Nigeria, media silent. And I personally tweeted this out because there's an individual that I follow that tweets out in another language. So I translate it and I repost it. And this reposted with the English translation. This is what Hamas does to its people. I can guarantee you, no event is planned in Europe to denounce the violence of Hamas, nor the Palestinians, nor the leftists, and nor the UN. And guess why? Yes, folks, this is real, this is gruesome, and this happens all the time. There's a documentary on Netflix that exposes Islam, exposes Saudi Arabia, exposes the horrors of those that are subjected to the slavery. There's a big giant area called Chop Chop Square. And there's a reason why it's called Chop Chop Square. It's a huge, giant, maybe football field size cobblestone square with steel drains all around. The reason for that is so that the blood from the heads chopped off get washed down into the drains. No cameras, no visitors, no vacationers are allowed in Saudi Arabia. These individuals from England snuck in, posed as a corporation doing business. And while they were there, they were able to film and show the horrors of life living under Islam. And this posted by at IDF, Israel Defense Forces. This is not a poetry reading at the UN. This is what it is. CC at Santiago A. Canton at UN.
There were people having poetry readings, playing music, waving flags, things that can't in any way be considered to be violence.
The UN absolutely does not want us to know what Islam is all about. The leftists, the globalists, their agenda is to control the populations of the world, either through communism or through Islam. Both achieve the same thing, to enslave the citizenry. And this at Super Elite Texan, the plan for the destruction of the United States. Their plan was used as evidence in the largest terrorism trial in the history of the United States. Their work in America is a great jihad in eliminating and destroying Western civilization from within.
I am holding in my hand the Muslim Brotherhood plan for the destruction of the United States, written 5/22/1991. It is titled the Muslim Brotherhood, an explanatory memorandum for the general strategic goal for the group, the Muslim Brotherhood in North America, written 5/22/1991. This plan was presented as evidence in the Holy Land Foundation trial, the largest terrorism trial ever in the history of the United States, where our government handed down 108 guilty verdicts for Muslim Americans and Muslim American organizations raising money to support terrorist organizations in the Middle East to the tune of millions. And I'm just going to read you a paragraph of this plan, so it'll give you an idea of what I'm talking about. They talk about the settlement in the United States. The process of settlement is a civilization jihadist process with all the word means. The Ikhwan, which is the Arabic word for brothers, must understand that their work in America is a kind of grand jihad in eliminating and destroying the Western civilization from within and sabotaging its miserable house by their hands and the hands of the believers so that it is eliminated and Allah's religion is made victorious over all other religions. Is this clear? They don't mince words, do they?
This taken a while ago, but still sheds light on Islam and how our country used to treat terrorists, how our country, how our government used to treat Islamic radical terrorists. And we need to get back to the way it used to be. The Democrat Party wants nothing more than to have total control over America, to control America, to control the citizens, to control the governments, to control the businesses, to control the elections. We see this every single day. And their way of gaining total control is through dividing the citizens